Hello students, and welcome to this video where we are going to go over Chapter 5, Capstone. Follow those instructions. Step 2. Chapter 5 is all about pivot tables. So step 2 is we're going to use a subtotal process. So we need to sort this data, highlight all the data, go into the sort and filter, custom sort, we're going to sort by employee, and level, we're going to sort by category. Now we can apply a subtotal, which is under the data tab. There's a subtotals. This basically lets us do a few things at the same time. So at each change in employee, we want to do a sum of the expenses, taking out category. And there it is. So each employee has been totaled, giving us subtotals. And now in step 3 or step 4, we want to collapse Davidson and Miller. So just their totals are showing. Okay, now in step 5, going to the expenses worksheet, we're going to create some pivot tables here. So click in the one of the columns, and under insert, go pivot table. And there is our pivot table. We're going to just let this create itself. Then it says to call the worksheet summary. So we can change the title there and change the pivot table name to categories. And step 6, category and expenses. We're going to have Excel create our pivot table for us. Okay, step 7, modify the values field to determine the average expense by category. Change the custom name to average expenses. So we want to change this, instead of saying sum of expense, we can change it. We're going to do it down here. Go into the value field settings. This is now going to be called, we're going to change it to average, and we're going to call that average expense. Click OK. Oh, before we do that, we should have gone back and changed the number format to accounting. And click OK. Now it's going to be accounting number format, and we're good with step 7 and 8. Step 9, type category in cell A3. And change the grand totals layout to on for rows only. So under the design menu, grand totals on for rows only takes out the totals. Apply step 10, apply light blue, dark 2, and display banded rows. So dark 2, that's light blue, pivot style dark 2, and banded rows under the design tab. We've got banded rows. Step 11, insert a slicer. So go under the pivot table, analyze menu options there, and insert slicer for the employees field. Click OK. I want to change the height to be 2 inches, and we're going to move it in cell A10. And apply light blue slicer dark 5. Control that, leave that one. Okay, just making sure I have everything in step 11. Move, apply the light and size. You want to insert another pivot table for step 12. So let's go back to the expenses worksheet. insert a pivot table. And we're just going to let that create. We're going to name this one on a sheet named totals. And name the pivot table employees. Add the employee to the rows and expense to the values area. Sort the pivot table from largest to smallest. So if you click into column B under the data tab, we can go Z to A, which will be largest to smallest. So that is step 12. Step 13, change the name of the expenses expense column to totals. So we can do this down here in the value field settings. We're going to name this totals. And we're going to format with accounting numbers. Click OK, and there it is. Step 14, insert a calculated field to subtract 2659 from the totals field. Okay, under the pivot table analyze, we're going to go field, items and sets, calculated field. We're going to go into expense, insert that field for the formula minus 2659.72. Not sure what that number has any reference for, and we are going to go OK. Now, let's change the custom name. So doing this in 2 steps saves a little bit of time and aggravation here. We're going to change this custom name. We're going to change it to above or below average. And we're going to apply accounting. Already set, and above or below average, we're good to go. Set 10.86 as a column is the width for column B. Column width 10.86, and for column C, column width will be 13.71. Change the row height to 30 and apply word wrap. Okay, so that is now step 15. Now you want to create a pivot chart to depict the data visually. Create a custom chart from the pivot table. So insert. We want a clustered column. We're going to remove the field buttons. And it says in step 16 to move the pivot chart to a new chart sheet named chart. So right click on this, move chart, go to sheet named chart. And it says hide all field buttons, which we did, we moved it, that's step 16. Step 17, add a chart title above the chart. So under the design tab, add a chart title above, and we're going to just start typing in here expenses by employee. Click enter, and we're good to go. Change the chart style to style 14. And it must be this last one, 14. Apply 11-point font size to the value axes and display the axes. There's the value axes. We're going to to change the font size, we can do that much easier just up there to 11. Double click the axes, value axes, go to number, and take out all the decimals. We want 0 decimal places. Press enter, and then we can close this. Oh, let's just make sure we had it set to accounting. Yep, accounting number. Okay, that's step 18. 11th font size. There you go. Step 19, create a footer on all worksheets with your name in the left section. So what we can do is highlighting all of the fields, all of the tabs. Press down Control, and then we can apply this all at the same time. So go page layout, header and footer, custom footer. It's going to be your name in the left, sheet name, and file name, center and right. Click OK, and do a print preview. There it is on that page, so forth, and all the pages. Ensure your worksheets in step 20 are in the order of subtotals, summary, chart, totals, and expenses. There they go. That is Capstone number 5.